Comedy.
Are you ready?
Or
Just tell me when you're ready.
worse. Okay, let me do something. Comedy or...
I'm going to keep this in. Welcome back to Comedy or
Worse. I messed up. But hello, everyone.
Yes, I'm here with a very special guest.
Edna Nerona.
Edna Nerona.
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 Yeah,
Sorry.
remember my Sharona?
Nerona.
Nerona. It rhymes with, Nerona. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I love your branding, by the way. Can we see that?
Oh, yeah. I have other people's stickers, and then I was like, oh, I better put my sticker on there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The most famous one here is James Schrader.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. He was here at the Madhouse, and he just gave me a sticker, and I put it in my water bottle.
You know what? Having stickers, I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Oh, so do you have any merch?
This is for my band. This is one of our songs, Dramacita, and my band is called, because we're a musical comedy trio, we're called Less Than Foreplay. Get it?
That's so cool.
Yes. So it's with, it's me, Chris Klauber, and Brendan Pranowitz.
No way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought I knew Brendan Pranowitz. I guess I only knew a small part of what he got going on. How long have you been a band?
Oh, about over a year.
Oh,
yeah, over a year. It's hard to fit in everything into one interview, I guess. So
Sure.
I'm here to promote us. So musical
Put
comedy.
yourself and whatever projects.
Yeah.
Whatever, get to know you as a comic, a person,
Mm-hmm.
a band member, whatever it is.
Yeah. And can I just say this is my very first podcast
Yay!
ever.
We're so honored.
Thank you.
And she's watched at least one episode of this podcast.
Shout out to you, Margaret Starr.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
This is why you interview every comic you possibly can. You eventually get enough momentum. And people listen to the podcast and watch it.
Yes. So but I can see your thumbnails. You have different backgrounds, so I know that some interviews have occurred over there.
Sometimes a few of them I had the red curtain.
The red curtain, yes. So I wasn't sure. So I, wasn't sure what to wear, but I did wear my band's. This is one of our songs, Dramacita.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
That's nice. So how did you get into comedy?
I'm a speaker. I teach public speaking, and I'm an anti-bullying speaker. And I wasn't funny. I knew that I wasn't funny or entertaining or engaging. I was pretty boring.
Okay.
At the time, I was doing improv at San Diego, at National Comedy Theater.
Okay.
I went through the whole program, even did their graduate show for level 3. Then I learned that there was a stand-up comedy course there. And I was very curious about it, and I thought I'll try it. It's a 6-week course.
Sure.
I'll try it, see what happens. It's a one-time thing. I'll get some tips, and then that'll improve my speaking overall.
Sure.
I took it once, did my showcase, and then I took every workshop they had for the next 2 years.
Oh my.
Yeah, I just kept enrolling, and I just wanted to get better.
Sure.
And I enjoyed it so much. So thank you, Tony Calabrese, for that. And I just kept going. And this was the time when Dat Fan had his Dat Fan and Friends show over at the Comedy Store, La Jolla Comedy Store. And I was invited to do that, and then other shows. Yeah, it was really cool how he would bring in newbies to be part of his show at such a great venue. And then I just kept going. And in parallel,
how long ago was that?
My first showcase was August 2015.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I took a little bit of a break somewhere like towards the pandemic. Sure. And was busy with other things.
Of course.
So in parallel, though, I also played classical piano.
Oh, okay.
And I was also trying to find a way to combine them together. Comedy and classical piano, or just comedy and piano. And wasn't sure what to do with that. I did my own solo recitals where I had comedy mixed in between my piano playing, but I knew that there was more to it. And so that is basically how I got started in comedy, and I've always been part of it. Even if I didn't perform, I would follow online. During the pandemic, I was on a lot of Zoom shows.
Okay.
Yeah. And when the pandemic ended, I thought I want to do more of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
So do you use your regular name or stage name?
Edna Nerona is my regular name.
Yeah.
So,
the best stage names are your regular name.
I can't really think of a stage name. Call me Redna? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like you got addicted to comedy right away? It sounds like you got addicted to the classes. What was it about? Was it learning, the performing, the whole thing? Or?
I got addicted because you get that one laugh from the audience, in your showcase, and you think, okay, that's a little bite.
Right.
Can I do more? And you learn that that 6 weeks is just the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. And you do have to put in the time to develop it, to do more writing, creating.
Did you ever go to like any kind of open mics or?
Yeah. With other people, we would go to open mics, but also it takes a lot of work. That's why I kept going, and as a speaker, I was a robot. I was just so very stiff, and I needed to shake out of that. So I knew I had to work on that, and the only way to work on that is to be in class and to be accountable.
Sure. So,
yeah.
So you think that doing comedy has helped you with your public speaking?
Yes. And it's also helped me with my piano performing too. I think that each of those informs the other kind of performance. Yeah. So that's really kind of nice. There's always something to learn. And
yeah, for sure. Well, what's your writing process for comedy?
My writing process is more, I have a journal, and sometimes it's kind of haphazard because I open the journal and I think, okay, I'm going to write something funny.
Backed up to the cloud?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Back up your stuff, everybody.
Yes, exactly.
I definitely lost jokes.
Have you really?
Well, early on.
Yeah. And, you take pictures. I mean, what would we do without technology? But mine is haphazard. If I get really motivated and then I stop, and I get really motivated and then I stop. But I think that's one of my goals for next year is to just write. Write and not have this, I gotta put out a joke right now. I gotta do this right now. So.
Yeah. what do you do on Friday and Saturday nights? You want to come to my open mic?
Yes, I
Want
do.
some brewing?
Yes. In fact, I know at the end you ask the person you're interviewing if you have any. If I have any questions for you, and I was going to ask, when are you going to book me?
Whoa! Okay, you want to do Saturday?
Let me check. I think I have a piano recital. So
Or how about Friday?
I have to practice for that. So we will work on this offline. So
She didn't expect an
I
answer
didn't.
so soon.
I didn't. This is really cool. First podcast, and then asked to be in one of your shows.
Most people that I would have on the podcast, I would want to have them feature as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to name any names, but
Okay. We won't name. We won't name names. Okay. We won't name names, but
but
cool. That's very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. And also, shout everybody ask bookers if you want, because I have a show that's every week, and
Yeah.
there's slots that are like I have to like go and ask people. I have a system where I'm trying to make it easy on myself, where I have a private slotted list,
Yeah.
and you know, the people, I can push a button and send out.
Yes.
You know, a reminder, hey,
Yeah.
you guys are not checking the list.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I like it. I like the automated or what is it, slotted?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. So, who is the funniest person in your life right now?
Oh gosh.
They don't have to be a comedian.
It doesn't have to be a comedian. Over Thanksgiving, my friend Alan told a lot of dirty military jokes. And so at this moment, he is the funniest. It'll change. But on the comedy side, it's Ali Wong. I have been watching her on her current Netflix special, and she's just amazing. Yeah, she's really amazing.
Do you know her?
I don't know her, but she's an Asian comedian, and
You're not answering the question.
it was somebody. Oh, really? Somebody that I know. Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Okay, Chris Clobber is hilarious. Yeah, Chris Clobber. But yeah, so at the moment, those two are.
All right, cool. Let's see, I asked this to everybody, and I don't always know the answer, but it's fun. When did we meet?
June of this year, Vino Migrante at Ellis's show there. I forgot the name of her show that she does there, but we were in that same
Showcase?
Yeah, in that same showcase, and you sat near me. I didn't see you eye to eye, but I saw your shoes, which were yellow, and you kept moving. I couldn't take a photo, but you kept moving, and they had pretzels on them.
What, these ones?
Oh, you rock. Okay.
It might be
Those, yes. Did you take your shoes off?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know shoes were optional. Okay.
Sure, as long as you're safe.
That's not, okay. Yeah, so that is...
One in glass.
There's no glass here. But yeah, as long as... Yeah, so that's the answer.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Now you know, Aaron.
I was going to guess that. I didn't remember June.
Well, watch, I'll be wrong. Yeah, but June...
We're gonna...
It was summer, though, because I remember it being really warm.
Nice.
Yeah. Over in Old Town. Yeah.
Yeah, Ellis is great. She puts on great shows.
She does, yes. Yeah. Funny lady.
Yes, absolutely. Very smart and funny. Let's see. So have you ever traveled to do comedy?
Yes, I have. I think the furthest traveling within California.
Doesn't matter.
I had a corporate gig at a medical device convention, and they hired me to entertain at the reception and I was supposed to take their products and make fun of them. And yeah.
How did that go?
It went very well. Yeah, it went very well. They only, I had a limited time. They fed me, and it was all good. And it was not, it just required that I drive over there, so I didn't have to hop on a plane or anything.
Sure. What city was it in?
Anaheim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
That's cool. So do you have any hobbies or passions that aren't related to comedy?
Hobbies or God, they're
Doesn't have to be.
they're all. You know, I like to draw.
Oh, okay.
I do. I like to draw it, but it takes so long, you know, and I will often start something and then I'll put it away and then I'll come back to it. So I like to draw. I like going to the movies.
Cool.
I like drinking sangria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cool. I like red wine, which is, it's related to comedy, I guess.
That was a perfect venue for you. There'd be no place.
Yeah, so those things I like. You know what's weird? I just realized I have a stamp collection.
Really?
When people used to use stamps, yes.
Yeah, what's a stamp?
I know. You know what's funny is my niece asked me what a stamp
Is that
was.
like an emoji?
I know.
How come it's not moving?
I know, but this was in like the late 90s, and I used to work at the San Diego Supercomputer Center. I was a web designer, and we would get postal mail from all over the world. People would just throw those out, and they would be really beautiful pieces of art. So I would just ask coworkers, you know, can I have that envelope? You know, don't throw it away. And I have some really cool stamps from all over the world.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's you're collecting used stamps.
Yes, used.
Not as valuable.
Yeah.
But still super cool.
Yeah, but really cool. And yeah.
I'm just teasing. I know nothing about stamps.
I just thought of that. It's so weird how I thought of that.
It's like someone gives you a stamp. Like, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Like when you go to a club,
okay, now it's perfect.
Or when you go clubbing and they put a stamp on there and you're good for the night.
You're like, oh no, now I gotta. How do I transfer that?
I know, to
paper?
my collection. Yeah.
Exactly. So do you wish you started comedy earlier?
Oh no. Yeah, because I was a performer. I started to play, my first piano recital was at 8 years old.
Wow.
And it's so difficult to be that young and to be in front of so many people. Nobody talked about how to manage nerves. You were just asked to practice, memorize, and then go up there. And it was petrifying. It was really petrifying. Performing like that is a huge responsibility. And for someone who's 8 years old, and I messed up. I remember messing up. And when I was done, I just ran off the stage. I didn't even get up and bow. I just ran off. So it's a lot of responsibility to start something like that, like comedy, and then get on stage and handle the rejection and all of that. I think there's not enough maturity to take that on. I mean, I know that there are comedians who've been performing since they were younger, but I don't think I had the maturity to stand there and be myself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your goals in comedy?
My goals in comedy are to write more, be more organized in my writing schedule. compose original songs. In my band, Brendan and Chris they're geniuses when it comes to composing their own songs, and I want to get there. I write with them, but I want to get there. I want to do more of it on my own too, and so learn to do that. And maybe get a little bit more deliberate when I rehearse or practice, because many times I just practice or I just rehearse, but instead I should ask myself, well, what do I want to accomplish when I practice? What do I want to accomplish when I rehearse? What specifically, instead of just playing all the songs. Yeah. So.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So, as far as the band, you've been about a year. Mm-hmm. How did that come about?
Chris Clobber knows Brendan, and Chris Clobber knows me, and he knows that Brendan plays an instrument, and so do I. And Chris Clobber one day said, why don't the three of us get together and write and perform and do our stand-up? And I thought, did I hear that right? Did he just ask me that? Because I thought, there's no way that I could do something like that. I couldn't imagine doing that.
Is that scarier than being right up yourself?
Yeah, I was scared. I was very scared.
It's interesting how fear is, right? It's like you thought, I can go up there and do a recital now. I can go up there and do comedy. And then someone asks you, oh, you want to be in a band? Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, new kind of fear.
Yeah, no. It is. Yeah, it is. And it was a new kind of fear. And even though the three of us talked about it also, and I didn't tell the guys this, but I did put it off. I did put off going to rehearsals because I was so scared. I didn't know if I could do it.
Rehearsing by themselves, or
they were rehearsing together, and I would say, "Oh, I can't make it. I have family in town." I came up with I came
Don't
up.
watch this episode.
Yeah, because I was genuinely scared. Yeah. Because I know that they were writing songs, and they play by ear, which I don't do very well.
Okay.
But in that, knowing that, we complement each other in our creative process, and so that's a good thing. So we can't all be the same, and it would be weird if we were the same. So yeah. But I was frightened, and
So they play by ear, and then you were more like.
I got to write
the sheet music.
Yeah, I have to write things down. Yeah, I have to write things down. So Chris or Brendan will say, well, you know what? That's a B7 chord, and I'll think, okay, and then they'll just play it, and then I think I got to write that down. B7, okay. Yeah. So I do. I have to write things down, and they just know. Yeah, they just know, but yeah. Yeah, it is. But we all have our own specialties that we bring. So that's
super cool.
It is. It is very cool. It is very cool.
Yeah. Okay. So what is your favorite joke right now? It could be anybody's joke.
Okay. Favorite joke. It was a kid that I saw at a recital, and he turned to the adult that was sitting next to him, who was bald, and said, knock knock, who's there? And the kid says, hair. And then it says, well, what's that? And then the guy says, hair who? And the kid says, here today, gone tomorrow. So, I know, it's just really innocent, but I never forgot that. The kid was just very deadpan when he told it, and I was sitting there laughing. It's really cute.
Did the bald guy think it was funny?
Yeah, the bald guy did.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's good to have a sense of humor.
It is. It's good to have a sense of humor. Yeah.
If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?
Right.
Everyone else, I guess?
Yeah.
That's cool. So do you have like a favorite fan interaction? Either you were a fan of somebody or someone was like, oh my goodness, that was so funny.
Can I do it from piano?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Favorite fan interaction is someone calling you. Someone's calling with my answer.
I should have turned off that alarm. I gotta remember. That's fine. We'll edit it together.
Okay. Favorite fan interaction. Can I go ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a recital, a piano recital I did last year, and they had cards if you to fill out if you wanted to compliment a performer.
Cool.
And this elementary school, this young guy, and he must have been in elementary school. He wrote in a card, and he said, Edna, your piano performance was very cool and expressive. And I love handwritten notes, so this is why I really liked it. And then on the back side of it, he didn't know I liked Star Wars, but he drew a Millennium Falcon on the back of it. So I took a picture of it, and then I put it on my website. Of course, I blurred out his name because he's a young guy.
Privacy.
Yeah, privacy, and I protect kids, and so, but that was really nice. And then I also got a similar note from a gal who was going to college. She was in the recital, and she wrote a very nice note that was similar, but I love handwritten notes, and when they're given to me, and then I save them or I take a picture of it. So that's my favorite.
I'd write you a handwritten note right now.
Oh, would you? Okay. I'll have to remember that.
Have anything on me?
Oh, really? Yeah. See, that was the cool thing, is that they did have these cards.
Yeah.
If you wanted to compliment someone,
Maybe I should try to do that for quantum brewing. Have little.
And they have to be positive. They can't be negative. So if you're going to write
I don't know if I can police everybody.
I know. Yeah, so for this,
I will only show the positive points.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, because there were people policing it.
Oh.
Yeah, and said, there were people screening it because they just wanted positive support for the performer, because classical music is so hard to pull off sometimes, and especially if everyone knows your song, and people are, like for Elise, Beethoven or something, but the goal was to have a positive experience.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so maybe you could do it as a special occasion. The holidays are coming up. Let's support the comics. Write them a great note. You don't have to put your name or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your favorite place to do to perform like comedy, either or with the band or whatever?
Oh my goodness. Favorite place in San Diego or
just anywhere?
Anywhere? Gosh. I would have to think about that. There's been so many cool places in San Diego, places that I thought I'd never, like coffee places. where they add a small stage just like this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's a venue where everybody can get together and have laughter and enjoy music.
Yeah.
So I could name off the Space Bar. La Mesa is one. Coronado Tasting Room has been great. Side Yard in Escondido has been cool. Yeah. And then there's more formal, halls like the Steinway Gallery in Miramar or by myself. But yeah.
Cool.
The Conrad Prebys Performing Arts Theater in La Jolla is very cool.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. What was your family life growing up?
Difficult, strict.
Okay.
Because Asian family. My dad and my mom are immigrants. We're immigrants from the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
And my dad joined the Navy so that he could support his 12 younger brothers and sisters. So it was a very difficult life. He enlisted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then eventually...
He enlisted at a young age.
He did, yeah. I think he was maybe 18. And then he came over, through the United States Navy. He came over to the U.S., met my mother here, who was a nurse at the time, and then had my 3 sisters. But I was born in Key West, Florida. My dad was stationed in Guantanamo Bay.
Wow.
Yeah. And then from there, he was stationed at Washington, D.C., and then from there, San Diego. And he looked around and said, I love the weather here, so I'm going to retire. And that's how we ended up here. But more specifically, since my parents were immigrants, they really enforced education.
Sure.
So it was very hard. The expectations were always so high. And so we had piano lessons, we had to excel academically. Yeah, it was really, and my parents wanted me to be the next Connie Chung. And that was another level of pressure that was very hard to live up to. Yeah.
So, are your parents still alive? Or?
Yeah, my dad passed away from Alzheimer's about 10 years ago, and my mom is still around. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How is that dynamic now?
Oh, it's still, the bar still is really high.
Really? Wow.
This is why I don't tell her everything.
Sure.
So shh. But yeah, I think the bar is always set very high, especially in our culture.
So both parents are Filipino?
Yes, both parents are. Yes, for the most part. I mean, there's I did that 23andMe, and yeah, I have Chinese and there's Spanish blood because those countries occupied the Philippines. But for the most part, yeah, I'm a Filipina. But it's there's still a lot of pressure. There's still a lot of expectation.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. So what's your earliest memory?
Earliest memory, I believe I was maybe 6 months old. They put me on a rug to take a photo. You know how they used to do that? They would put you on like this fuzzy thing, and and I remember crying because I didn't want to take that photo, and I think my dad kept putting me back, and then I was crying.
You were crawling away? Or
Crying. I was crying. I didn't want any of it.
You just were crying.
I was crying, yeah.
So they would pick you up and try to comfort you and then put you back?
Yeah, and let's see if she can smile. Let's see if she can pose. And my dad kept putting me back there, and I couldn't deal.
Did they finally get the photo?
I think they did, because there are these black and white photos of me at 6 months, but I can see like my eyes are watery.
That's interesting how if there's a photo to go with it, the memory can be earlier.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but I remember my dad not being happy at all. And, trying to get his eldest daughter to pose and smile and say cheese.
So do you think you had more pressure because you were the eldest?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
It is.
Like a middle.
Are you a
child.
middle? Yeah, I think because you're supposed to set the example, and then you are the little helper when your parents need help with the younger siblings.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like middle management, people, your boss hates you, and then the people below you hate you. So you're stuck.
I have to like work on not trying to be the fixer.
Oh, yeah. And you see, we also, as the eldest daughter, I do the same thing. The fixer. Are you the peacemaker?
Try to be. I'm trying to step back from that role.
It's hard.
Living far away from family helps.
Yeah, that's true. Or when you become an uncle or an aunt, your role kind of changes a little bit.
Yeah, I helped raise my oldest sister's children.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow, what a big responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, there were times where I would be like, no, I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
And he passed away from cancer.
Oh.
When they, 4 children, so it was like from, the oldest was like a teenager, and the youngest was like not even in kindergarten at the time. So big age range. Yeah. So sometimes I'd be like, I'm not your dad, I'm your uncle.
Yeah,
I can walk away and your mom's gonna deal with it.
I'm a temporary situation.
We live together and stuff too.
It's hard.
Which helped, because California's so expensive.
Yeah, and when you are given that responsibility, you have to grow up very quickly, right? Yeah.
Luckily, my oldest sister's oldest, he was born when I was 15. So it was, I didn't have any brothers. So even though he's my nephew, kind of, a little bit of like closeness, more like a brother too in some ways.
Okay. Yeah. So 15. Yeah, you're a little older. Yeah. But my dad would often go overseas, so I'd have to help my mom when I was very young and help take care of the house.
So he would go overseas by himself?
He would go because the military would send him away for 6 months to a year. Yeah. So I would have to be there and help my mom and my sisters, and in addition to going to elementary school. But a lot of kids we had the same experiences. We lived near the military housing, so a lot of other kids had this similar experiences where they would go to school during the day, and then they would go home and help mom out with various things. So.
Wow, that's crazy. Had to do all these things and help raise.
Yeah, right.
Raise your sisters.
Yeah, but I think they turned out fine. So,
Good job.
Yeah, I know. Good job to you too, Aaron. We'll see. Oh, is it still pending?
Well, I mean, they're all adults. But,
yeah.
They have their own life, which is great. Sometimes I'm like, maybe we would be closer if I didn't be like, I'm just your uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That wall, and it's like,
you don't know that.
It's good and bad parts about it.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. I mean, there's still time left.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, cool. So what's the biggest audience you've performed for?
Oh, gosh. I'd have to divide it up. So for speaking, it would be 500 plus. Comedy and piano, probably close to 300. Yeah.
Those are big numbers.
They are, yeah. That doesn't happen all the time. It does, yeah. It doesn't happen all the time.
Sure,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
See, have you ever done a character on stage?
Yes, I have.
Nice.
And sometimes it's my mother. I will do an impression of her, and many times when I do a Filipina and I do the accent, it is a combination of my mom and all of my aunts or cousins.
Right.
Yeah, so I bring in different
And
material.
it's not racist because she's the same race.
I'm Asian. Yes.
Right? So it's not racist by definition.
Yeah, so that's how I tackle that. I think I've done my dad a few times, but it's actually I'm more.
Oh, that's sexist. You can't.
I know, right? I know. Sorry Dad. Wait, sorry, Dad. Where is he? But yeah, but I think I'm more effective when I do my aunts and my mother. I think that comes across better. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's not a disconnect, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, have you ever won any kind of contest?
I have not. Let me
Or
think.
even competed?
Competed. I have not competed in comedy yet. I think it's hard. That's why.
Is your band on Spotify?
No, not yet. Not yet. Good
Not
goal.
yet.
Good goal.
Next year.
I've done speech competitions.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done those. And I've also done my recent piano competition. I didn't place, but I got honorary mention, which gave me a spot to perform at Carnegie Hall.
What?
Yeah. So I performed at Carnegie Hall in June.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. But it was honorary mention. So,
Well, I mean,
so by my mother's standards,
not very good.
no.
They remember you because you were so bad.
Yes.
They felt bad. It has potential.
Yeah.
Not using it.
Right. Yeah.
Give her another chance.
Yeah, I know. But thank you. Yeah, so went to New York, and the whole thing was just so thrilling and amazing and nerve-wracking. All.
So do you find yourself dealing with your nerves differently for comedy versus music, either the band or recital?
I think no. I think because scared is scared. It's just nerves are, yeah, nerves are nerves. But the moment I put my foot on the stage, I think something happens where I'm on, and I take myself out of I'm still nervous, but there's no point of return. You know, I'm in.
Recital stuff.
Yeah, like when I was 8 years old.
Well, at least you waited till the end.
At least I know. Waited till that last note, right? But yeah, so when I put my foot on the stage and I'm there, I'm in. I'm in. No matter what, I could be nervous. I could be sweating. I'm in. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm in.
Are you nervous right now?
A little bit. This is my first.
You're doing great. It's gonna have the most views ever.
No, I don't know. So thank you to the one person who's going to view this.
Yeah.
Thank
the
you.
Most views ever. Each one has one view.
So thank you for viewing it, Aaron.
I don't usually edit it. This time there's 2 videos and I have to edit it together.
Yes.
I hate that. I gotta turn that alarm off. Trying to I think I want to get to a system where I do reminders instead of alarms. 'Cause I'm using alarms as reminders.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Sometimes things like that happen.
Yeah.
But if you have like a checklist, then you go, okay, what do I need to be working on? It's like, oh yeah, promote shows. If I'm trying to remind myself, promote the show every day. Every day, you got to do it.
You do.
12:30.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking about Monday and Tuesdays when I might be recording a podcast.
Yeah, and all you're getting is an alarm, a sound.
Yeah, but it interrupts the camera.
Oh, okay.
Even if
right.
you put it on Do Not Disturb.
Oh.
It's because it's Apple, iOS. It's not Android.
Did you say something offensive to Siri? Maybe that happened.
Yeah,
because
it's gonna punish me.
Yeah, because Siri has steered me wrong many times because I think I have said offensive things to her in the car, but
yeah,
I will keep that between me and that.
Well, whoever's stolen your data.
Yeah.
The AI knows.
the AI
Scrape
knows.
your data.
Yeah.
All right. What's the worst thing about comedy right now?
The worst thing, keeping up with the social media. Posting like I took a photo of us and I'm going to post it and say, upcoming podcast. Okay. But that takes time. That takes time to put together and write something and then put it on the different channels. It is.
I feel like that one good thing about the AI is I want the AI to do the social media with maybe a little oversight, I'm gonna post this and you look at the picture and you look at the text and you're like, okay, go ahead, thank you.
You have an approval process, right? Yeah. But
not have it totally control your social media and you're like, oh my
that's
God,
true,
I
right.
can't believe you posted my driver's license.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to take a picture of my driver's license and post it on social media. What the frick? Now you just doxed me.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the challenging things is to do your own public relations because that's also sales. And I don't feel like even though I promote, I think that maybe I could be better at selling. And that's
like selling tickets, selling merch.
Yeah, just promoting the our shows or appearances, things like that. It involves a lot, and I see people online who do it very well, who are always you always have your flyers for Quantum, and you're very timely. You're always posting it, and I know that you need to have a system for that too. So there is the behind the scenes, the activity that you have to be paid.
Right now, the flyers for this week are, I think they're updated. I just have to upload them to Google Drive and then download them on my phone.
Yeah, see.
And then, and then edit the massive amount of text to the right name and the right date.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot, to do in one posting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and sometimes I have to go back. I think, God, there's a typo. Oh, I have to go back, or I didn't tag correctly, or whatever, stuff like that. And I try to do it within 24 hours of the event. Okay. So that don't.
That's one thing I need to do.
Yeah, no, don't wait a week. Sometimes
you take down the flyer and then you switch it to photos of the event.
Yeah, and I try to do that.
And I'm failing on that.
Yeah. So I come home and I think, okay, I'm gonna put it together, and then I'm just so tired. And then the next day, so I try to do that in a timely manner.
Yeah, and a photographer too, because like I just sometimes just forget to even take any photos.
Yeah, me
So
too.
then what am I gonna post?
I know.
guess I could post a photo of my set.
Yeah.
That's like the only photographic evidence that anything happened.
Yeah, or I'll ask someone, hey, did you take video? And then I'll, can I just grab some frames from the video
That's a good idea.
But then that takes time
Sure.
as well. So, you want to pick the right frame so that is something that I'm working on constantly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, do you have like a good booking? Have you ever like booked any shows yourself, or just been booked on shows?
I've done a little bit of both.
Okay. So
yeah,
you have like a good booking story, like oh my goodness, I can't believe we got this comic or artist, or vice versa. I can't believe that I got to do this awesome show.
It's when I met Chris Klauber, I believe, and he was in a show at Space Bar, and I was so intimidated because he's just phenomenal. He's just a phenomenal performer. He has this exquisite memory, and to be in a show with him, I thought, oh my gosh, I was very, very nervous, but he was so nice and gracious and professional. I spoke to him after the show, and I said, do you coach? Do you teach? Do you take students? And he was very nice and disarming. Because I'm 5'1", he's 6'3" maybe, I don't know. But you get intimidated because he's just this force on stage.
Hey.
Yeah, he's just this force on stage, and when you meet him off stage, he was very gracious. Yeah, very, very gracious.
So he booked you on a show?
No, I became
or the band?
Or no, he I just felt lucky to be in the same show that he was in.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who booked you for that show?
Gosh, who was
You don't
that?
have to name names, but like how long ago was it? Or
It was right before the pandemic.
wow.
Yeah, it was right before the pandemic. And the show that I am thinking of, I think has changed. Bookers has changed.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like when you were booked, did you know who the lineup was, or you just found out the day of? Or?
I got the flyer, and of course, you have to Google everyone.
And then you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
Yeah, and I had heard about Chris Klauber
Nice.
from other people, and then I thought, oh my God, I'm in the same show as he is. I am the lower, please put me first, so that he can forget that I was in that show.
Right, or he's not there yet.
Yeah, I know he's not there yet. He's in the back.
Right.
Yeah, so I was starstruck. I have to say I was starstruck too. Same with Dat Fan. When I heard that Dat Fan was picking newbies for his show, I thought, oh, he'll never call me. He'll never contact me.
So how did you get that one? Did you reach out, or someone reached out to you? Or?
I think he reached out to me. I think I was recommended from Tony Calabrese's class. Dat Fan also was performed at the National Comedy Theater as well. I don't exactly know if he did improv or stand-up, but he's well known there, of course.
Right.
And he contacted me, and he said that I was recommended by Tony and Maria Herman.
Okay.
And I was shocked. I wasn't I wasn't quite sure until he scheduled a meeting.
Wow.
And because he likes to meet with you, he likes to go over his process and what he does for the show and how to promote the show and the tickets and all of that. Surreal. It's surreal.
Oh, that's super cool. So you have 2 good booking stories.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. I'm so sentimental. I believe I still have those flyers from when I was on Dat Fan's show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Remind myself where I started.
You should have them sign the back of the
Oh,
flyer.
yeah, I should. I will.
The front of the flyer.
Yeah, I will do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay.
Kind of, or maybe next time you have a flyer, ask the person, flip it over and ask them to write you a note.
I will do that. That's
Yay.
good. See, he likes handwritten notes too. There's something really authentic about it.
Yeah, I think getting older and having to move a lot, it's hard to keep everything that has sentimental value. I've had to get rid of signed DVDs and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Really,
I know. Do you want to take a picture of it and then?
I wanted to do that, and then it's just you get a busy life, and
Yeah.
the people are you have to get rid of this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just have in the way. You go between having lots of space to little space to
Yeah, you just
don't have the space.
Yeah, you just collect. You just have
can't
all.
just put it in. You can't just upload it to the internet and then download it again, right?
That's right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a physical object.
It's a physical object, right?
And
So.
paying for storage is crazy.
Oh. Yeah. Why don't we get into the storage business?
Yeah, you got some. The great thing about it, you can put you can get property underneath a bridge,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And people store their stuff underneath the bridge, right? Because
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Charge a lot of money. Well, it's underneath the bridge, right next to the 8 and the 5.
5.
I mean, it takes 20 minutes to run the freeway to get there.
I think you've picked the real estate for it, Aaron. you have pinpointed.
Okay, let's see. Have you ever been in a car accident?
Yes, I have. When I visited my friend in South Carolina, we were driving to go shopping, and a lady in a Cadillac came, and she didn't see where she was going, and she hit the front of our car. And yep.
Was there any injuries?
No, I think she was embarrassed. I think she was very embarrassed. But no injuries. Yeah, she just came out. We were just driving real slow, and she just came out and didn't look. Well, she looked one way and then looked to the left and then looked to the right and then didn't look again. And there we were. Yeah.
Car accidents, not fun.
I've been lucky.
It's not wood, but
We'll take it.
Here's some wood.
Oh, yeah. Fake fireplace at the Madhouse.
It's pressed, but it's really wood. All right, cool. Let's see. I think we talked about a lot of these questions. Let's see. You're gonna try to we're trying to schedule you for quantum brewing.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot a goal that I do
Oh,
have.
okay, cool.
Yeah. So another goal I have is to combine. I like music that combines 2 different styles. So blues and classical music. So I want to do more of that, where I, can combine two different kinds of styles,
Okay.
and try to perform that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
What about this? I have songs that have no music. Would you be interested in collaborating?
Songs that have no music.
Just the words, I guess.
Just the words. Like
not songs yet.
Like poetry.
Yeah. Acapella.
Acapella. Oh, you know what? See, here's the thing. I don't sing. The guys can sing. I don't sing, but I will do like spoken word. I will like talk through.
But have you ever taken lyrics and worked with somebody to like come up with actual music?
Yeah, in my band.
Oh, in your band.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and that's what we do. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work,
Sure.
but there's just something really cool about creating something that, you know, with music and with words and with humor.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I gotta find my own band. I can deal with rejection.
Oh no!
Nobody wants to.
No,
write
let
music
me
for
play
me.
something for you, soothe you. No, maybe at the end.
Yeah, I feel like I want to like learn how. You know, I've like messed around with apps and like GarageBand, and made something, and then like I record it live. You know, like screen record, and some things are like going. Some things are like you just push some keys and it makes it's like hard to like reproduce.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because I don't know music. I don't.
Oh, really? But you're still going for it. You're still playing by ear. Yeah, you're playing.
Just trying to do it, and it's like I've made tracks, and I'm like,
with what instrument?
Like say GarageBand or something.
Oh, okay. So you don't play like guitar or?
No, I
can
pretend to play guitar badly. Well, I say that I do play guitar, just not very well.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to play guitar at all.
Oh.
I wish I would have learned. In elementary school, they're like.
Oh, there's so many lessons online, though. On YouTube.
Sure, but now it's like I have carpal tunnel a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you have to be careful.
So it's like, what should I do? Should I have someone else play the guitar, or should I program it? You know what I mean? Or
Oh, you should. It should be you.
Right.
Yeah, it should be. There are many musicians out there who, Leon Russell, for instance, who has played with, oh my gosh, Cher, Elton John, and apparently there was a time in his life where he just played the left hand. And
wow.
yeah, I believe he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But yeah, I think that, and there's music for piano that's just written for the left hand or for the right hand. So don't limit yourself. I mean, if you have carpal tunnel, maybe you figure out a way around that, and carpal tunnel version, of a song.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's I just have to stretch.
Yeah, because there's certain songs I can't play, like Rachmaninoff is very hard. There are certain pieces that I play where I'll probably use the thumb to hold down two notes.
And
So-
you're supposed to do that?
Yeah, no, you can, but a lot of people, my range isn't as wide as, like Rachmaninoff had big hands. So he could reach, I think he could reach probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think he can reach 12 notes. He had really big hands. Yeah. And
That's interesting.
yeah, some people have a different range, range. I can reach an octave. I can reach that much. So, but apparently there's a chart that somebody did online of the famous composers, and Rachmaninoff had the biggest hands. And I forgot who had the smallest. I don't think it was Chopin. I don't, or Maybe it was Bach, but I don't remember. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, you play within your, ability. And sometimes if I can't play this, well, maybe I can just do,
Right.
if I can't hold it. Yeah.
Does anybody ever use some kind of tool to help them, or just always use your hands?
You know what? I'm sure they do, because there's all sorts of things that you could pre-program on a keyboard.
Could you make your fingers longer?
No, I think you can stretch them. It takes practice, to practice. And when I warm up, I try to spread my fingers. I'll wear gloves before a performance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
So the gloves help.
keep my hands warm. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, one time the band played. We did an outdoor show, a patio show in December.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think it was 42 degrees, and my hands were so cold. Yeah, this was in Escondido, and I was freezing, and so were my hands.
Sure.
So yeah, so I was kind of limited in what I could do that night.
Yeah.
But got through it. Yeah.
Well, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. How do people reach you on social media?
First I have a website, www.ednaspeaks.com.
Nice.
And you can reach me on Instagram at Edna Nerona. I'm also...
How do you spell it?
EDNA.
This is for the audio listeners.
Nerona, Edna Nerona.
Because the video, your Instagram handle will be right around
here. Yeah, right around here. Yeah. So that's how you can reach me. I'm also on LinkedIn. So you just search my name. Yeah, I try to be on a lot. I'm not on the service that starts with a T. I'm not on that one. Because it's already
threatening to take it away.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, and I'm already kind of spread out. It's so hard to.
Blue Sky?
No, I'm not. Oh yeah, I've heard of Blue Sky. Yeah, no, I'm not. There's just so many things to manage.
Sure.
So I'm just keeping it to like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and then my website. So that's enough.
I think you can push one button and join Threads.
Oh yeah, there's another subset of Instagram, is there not? Yeah,
Threads.
yeah. There's.
You want to write more lengthy stuff and have links and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty convenient.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look in.
It's not that much more work, and in fact, sometimes it seems like I don't know. Still figuring it out.
Okay.
Threads. There's certain things Threads helps with.
Okay. I haven't quite researched it all, so
They make it super easy. You push one button, and you just it's
push one button.
Say join Threads, and then you're just there.
I think I'm there just simply because of Instagram. I think it has a way of.
Yeah, you're technically there.
Yeah.
Just
pushing you over.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because it always says, you'd be interested in these threads.
Sure. Exactly.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Okay.
We're going to stop the recording, and then we're going to do a promo for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
A separate video.
Separate video. So what are we on? So this is
has been comedy
or
worse.
worse.